Hi guys, Tom Morrison here, and do you look like this? You could have a bit of a rotated pelvis, and the very first thing we want to get out there right off the bat is it's not that much of a big deal. You can use stretches to actually fix it, okay? So what we need to think about is if we're doing a visual assessment, so if we look at Jenny square on and say her head pelvis was a little bit rotated, she would just be twisted a little bit around like this. And it can be even more subtle than this, but if you're always getting like a tight back or you just feel like one glute's not working as much as the other one, this could be something that's actually happening to you. So visual assessment, sort of jump up and down first a few seconds and then just stop yourself dead, have your feet together and sort of see where everything's sitting. So this is, you're just looking for the rotated pelvis, so just look at the hips and see that. You can also do the hanging test if you have a pull-up bar handy. Jenny's going to jump up, and what you'll generally see if someone has that tight hip flexor on the one side is the foot will be pointed out, so either the hips will be twisted this way or one foot will be pointed out compared more to the other one, or behind one foot as the good side, the other foot will be behind it like that there. So it's another way to sort of see if things are twisted a little bit. So you want to make sure that you're assessing this stuff first before you start to go into any exercises that you're using, because you need to have a reason for using the actual exercise. So what we need, if we have, for example, so say our pelvis was rotated this way, we need an exercise that's going to open up here, because that's what's going to bring things back through. So that's where we're going to go into the kite stretch. So a very, very common position that you'll see, but you need to make sure you have a reason to be doing it, and the reason is to make the pelvis open up at that front in that way. So you're actually looking to test the kite stretch. You're not just looking to do the kite stretch, you're looking to test it. So you're going to do both sides anyway. Jenny has set herself down here, her knee is on a nice soft pillow and her foot is up behind her. She's not trying to get her heel right up to her butt or anything like that. She's trying to get a stretch at the front of the hip and see, does it feel tight, does it feel limited, does it feel like she can't get her hip all the way through. So if Jenny was to close the hip down a little bit, and if to try and open that up, it was really uncomfortable, it shouldn't be. If you want to have good hip extension, you want the kite stretch to be one of the easiest things that you can actually do, okay? So tuck your bum underneath you a little bit, and you're looking to think that you're sitting up from the front here, okay? So test both sides and see how they feel, okay? And what you'll generally find with a lot of people that have that issue is the side that things are being pulled around. When you do the kite stretch, it'll feel a lot more intense on that side. Happy thing is that all you need to do is spend a bit more time on that side, and that will start to level things out a little bit. A few things that you can do in this position, if Jenny goes back to the first leg, is that you can lean away from that hip. So she's stretching her right hip flexor now, so she leans herself over to the left, almost in like a sideways and in a bit of a diagonal stretch as well. You can sort of rock the body around. Don't be afraid to have a wiggle in any stretches that you're doing. Just don't do anything sudden and quick, and make sure you're keeping your breathing nice and relaxed the whole time as well. So you can lean away from the hip. You can also move the torso. Anytime you're stretching the hips, move the torso around in different positions, and you can use the bench to hold on to, use your opposite leg to help you. So twist the upper body as well. Think about how muscles move. They don't just go forwards and backwards. They're able to do all kinds of different movements. So give yourself a few little circles in the position as well. Really, really nice thing to do. Just again, go nice and slow as you do that, and you can even rock back and forwards as well. If you're not getting much of a stretch out of this, you can change the position up a little bit, and you can do the bed stretch, I like to call it, the variation, where you put your knee on your bed and then you just grab the foot and then you can sink the leg down. And for Jenny, for her, she's able to even take a bit more of a step out, and then she's able to get a bit deeper into that leg, okay? So for some people with very flexible hips, sometimes it's quite hard for them to actually feel a decent stretch, okay? So you do those exercises and then you go back to your visual assessment and see if you've made a change. So give yourself that jump up and down and then stop dead and see where the hips are lying. Hopefully things look a bit straighter. And then again, if you have the pull-up bar, you could jump up and you're looking to see, have you made a change to that initial position that you may be seeing? And again, try and catch yourself off guard, because the issue now is with you being more aware of things, you might automatically fix them yourself. So you want to try and catch yourself off guard and see your things resting in the right way. So very important things to do. So don't freak out if your pelvis is rotated or anything like that. It's the muscles that will influence that stuff. Your bones don't just do stuff for the fun of it. So the exercise that you use will help to do that. And it's really important that you do this stuff before you would then go into any strengthening exercises. So if Jenny wasn't to address that and she was just to hold planks all day long and try and do deadlifts and palloff presses, all those great exercises, they won't make a difference to how she was feeling if she wasn't to open things up first. So it's very important that you use the stretching exercises first, make sure you've made a change, then go into your strengthening exercises, and you will be finding that it has a much more lasting impact. Okay guys?